take care of business in game 1 versus an Indianapolis Pacers team that in theory they should be better than in both ends on the floor. The game by holding one of the league's best offenses under 10 points for much longer than usual. However, after that, the Pacers showed why they belonged.
So here we're going to pick things up of how the Pacers actually came very close to winning this game. A lot of it had to do with Pascal Siakam as he creates this bump of space and gets off a clean open shot right over the top of Jrue Holiday to drop in 2 points. Now on this play, this is off of a missed shot from the Boston Celtics, and Siakam is late to be picked up. And again, almost the same area, a little pop shot in the lane, and those are easy baskets for Siakam that he's made a living with off his career. Now as we pick it up, as Boston Celtics have scored during this one, but TJ McConnell is pushing the pace as the Pacers do. He runs Peyton Pritchard actually into Al Horford and then makes a nice spin move to get an open layup. One of the best moves in this game from an individual. This next play is 104 to 104, and they get that pick and roll, and Siakam stops short into a sweet spot. This time, Al Horford's hands are down by the time Siakam actually gets up the shot. So that's actually another open one. And on this one, Siakam doing some good ball pressure, and Jaylen Brown turns the ball over, and Siakam heads up and is getting it to Tyrese Halliburton as they want to push the pace. Pay attention to Jaylen Brown here as he never actually turns his head to locate Pascal Siakam, and Siakam does the right thing by filling the lane and running right by him. Some coaches don't like the jump pass, but Tyrese uses it to a good ability here, and they get a dunk from it here, and they're up 4 points inside of 5 minutes. Now on this play, they kick it out to Nesmith, and he shot fakes the 3, and this is what the Pacers are about. It's an equal opportunity offense, and Nesmith gets all the way to the lane and finishes through the contact for a fresh and tough and 1 on Derek White to extend the lead inside of 4 minutes now. Now it is 111 to 110. Nesmith comes off the pick and roll with Siakam, and he's going to hit him at the same spot again. This is almost like the 3rd or 4th time he's been hit in this spot, and he's got Horford in the blender. He does the jab step again, gets Horford to kind of lean back. This time a better contest, but by this time Siakam is already in his groove, and this one is going down as well. Gotta show you is how the Celtics were actually selling this game and almost begging the Pacers to win. You can see that they're in a late shot clock, and Jaylen Brown is being clamped up by Miles Turner, who's doing a good job at moving his feet with a better, quicker perimeter player. He gets a good contest on Jaylen Brown's shot, and this shot is way off as it just barely grazes the rim, and Aaron Nesmith go ahead and scoop up this rebound. Now off of this rebound, the Boston Celtics are going to do a good job of containing the 2-man action with Miles Turner and Tyrese Halliburton. I wouldn't call a mismatch, but a matchup that Nembhard feel comfortable with Al Horford on him. He does his combo move with the tween, gets space, and knocks this down in his grill, and they're up by 5 inside of 2 minutes. Now, as they're coming down, the Boston Celtics have scored, and they have a chance to tie up the game, and that's what Derek White is going to look to do. But watch Tyrese Halliburton trail this play as Derek White is knowing that he's trailing, and he gets blocked. He looks at Jrue Holiday to say, hey man, why didn't you tell me? But it's too late for that. Now coming off of this, they did score again. It is 115-114 now. Celtics entrusted one of their most critical possessions of their season in the hands of Nembhard, and he came through as he got to his spot on the floor, and he got to a matchup that he liked, which is against Al Horford, who is someone that you're gonna want to attack out of this Boston Celtics, like kind of all defensive top 4 guys on their defense. They attack the older guy in Horford in space, and he makes them pay. 117-114. It's only 46 seconds. Coming off that rebound with Turner, there was a dead ball situation, and on this inbound, this pass is very risky, and Siakam feels like he couldn't get the ball, and if they were going to review it, it was going to be out on him. So this is something that Rick Carlisle was talking about, where he said he should have advanced the ball. He doesn't do this, and the Boston Celtics get another chance to tie up this game, as this is going to be a turnover on Andrew Nembhard, and Siakam not linking up on the inbounds pass. These are just critical mistakes that you can't make as the underdog in this series. Now the Boston Celtics are going to run an out of timeout play. And you're going to see Derek White set a good screen on Siakam and actually get in his way to actually free up the ball because everyone else was pretty much covered. You got some pretty solid defense from here by Siakam, but when you don't opt to foul down 3, you always open yourself up to big players making big plays, and that's exactly what Jaylen Brown does. And this game goes into overtime as Halliburton could not shake free of Jayson Tatum for a 3. So now we pick it up in the overtime period, and this was only the 1 of 2 shots that the Pacers actually made, and this one is a big 3 by Halliburton to actually put them up by 3 as it is 120-117, and Boston wasn't done trying to give Indiana this game almost. Coming off of that Halliburton 3, Nesmith digs in on a Derek White drive, and Tatum does the right thing to relocate as soon as he reaches. He gets a very good look for a shooter and player of his caliber, but he actually misses this one, and the Pacers get a good rebound here, but they did not go down and score, and that opens them up to another Boston Celtics offensive possession, and they capitalize 120 to 119. And on this, they put 2 on the ball, and Siakam gets to a nice spot on the floor, but this is not the same shot as he was taking earlier, as it is heavily contested by Derek White. 120 to 121 still, and still Tatum is still trying to give away this game a little bit. This is an absolutely horrendous pass and ill-advised for someone of his caliber. But Halliburton starts to take this 3, and Derek White cannot help but foul him with a weird release. The Pacers are now at 123 to 121, and here's Tatum selling again by blowing an open layup. At this point, it felt like the Celtics were not meant to win. But the rebound is fall for as Miles Turner cannot corral it, and this will only lead to the Boston Celtics scoring on this very same possession, as Tatum was not going to sail 2 layups again, and this time he actually gets an and 1 to put them up by 1 point. Now on this one, the pick and roll goes, and Nembhard just helps in way too much. He's in the flyback action, and he actually had Derek White open as well as he wanted it. And that was effectively game, but the Pacers did have one more chance at 40 seconds left and down 4. Now, if you know Pascal Siakam, you know that he's probably going to throw a spin move out on the isolation possession, and that's what Jaylen Brown is ready for, and he just takes his cookies. And now that was pretty much game. You get into the last possession of the game, just a cut to the basket, and the Pacers have lost.